I'm gonna start from scratch because I lost the original, my first playthrough, which was like only 30 minutes into it. Honestly, it was less than 30 minutes. Okay, I'm hoping this is good. Microsoft. Okay, my name is Microsoft Holmes. Last time I played, I didn't know if I just had read that wrong. Why does he aim directly at me?
Holmes, will you stop that? You are utterly mad. Stop, Holmes!
Is that you, Watson?
Yes, of course it is. And you almost killed me.
Nonsense. I was aiming for the vases.
Blindfolded?
Watson, quiet, please. I'm trying to concentrate. Ah, Lestrade. What is it this time?
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead yesterday.
Has the investigation already begun?
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious that I would prefer you to join me down there.
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
What have they done this time?
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at Woodman's Lee, Mr. Holmes.
I should have Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
Press tab to open the casebook and check your current progress. Investigate the murder of Peter Carey. Inspect the crime scene at Woodman's Lee. Select a suit to wear using your personal wardrobe and join Lestrade at Woodman's Lee. Inspector Lestrade pays a visit to Baker Street where he relates to Holmes the grotesque affair that involved the former captain known as Black Peter. What else do I have to do? Oh. What's this? Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, born in 1845 and so 50 years old. He achieved great success in whale hunting in Scandinavia, retired in 1884, eventually moving to Woodman's Lee. Okay, what about this? that to change though? What is... Nah.
A map of London and the surrounding area.
Do I now have to get changed? Okay, whatever. Oh, I think this is... Yeah, this is Watson's room. Since it says... Oh, this is locked. Some makeup options or the costumes you have currently equipped are not available at the moment and will be reset to the default. Please solve this crime case to unlock more disguise options. Okay.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Okay then. No. Let's go. Also, sorry if you can hear that in the background. I'll try not to talk too much.
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
Over here.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Oh, I can sprint. Oh, that makes everything better.
Mr. Holmes?
Okay.
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Anything unusual that night?
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
Well, Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a terrible temper. Usually whenever that happened, he'd stay all night drinking in his cabin before passing out.
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true, there is a lot of work, but my husband took care of it himself.
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning, at around 7 o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it. At around 10 o'clock, I dared to glance in through the door and... oh dear.
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really have many friends. He lived quite an isolated life here, after his retirement.
It'll become easier.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he? when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth.
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
How do I know about that? Ah, fuck. Choose the evidence that confronts the statements. Wait. Choose the evidence that confront. Okay, tap evidence. Judith Carey is a woman with an uneasy life due to her unhappy marriage with Peter. She is a very religious Christian Catholic woman who undertook a St. James Way pilgrimage when she was young. The garden and the fields are well kept. A capable gardener works here. Okay. Judith is from the country, somewhere near the ancient pine woods of Inverness and Strathspey in Scotland, where the crested titbird can be found. She is religious and undertook a St. James Way pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when she was a young woman. How do you know about pilgrimage?
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth. I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed what happened, Mr. Holmes. How extraordinary.
Thank you, madam.
Okay. What about this? Okay, no.
Mr. Holmes?
Here? Okay, let's go.
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
Okay, I've already checked.
Peter Carey's body is inside the cabin. We took care not to touch anything.
Mr. Holmes?
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Excuse me.
Hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see.
Okay. T. Concentrate.
These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Now, a mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
Okay, let's go inside. Oh, Jesus.
What a terrible way to die.
Terrible. Suspiciously empty space.
The tooth of a sperm whale, probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
You say F? No, I want T.
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here. It was larger than a book. A box or a small chest, perhaps.
Okay. And
Hammerfest. Dundee. It's a whaling map. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
okay. Oh,
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn.
oh, I don't like that. What did I do? Oh.
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8. Old navigation instruments, nothing interesting. Harpoons for hunting whales. The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
Okay, so I have to do something here, but... I can't figure it out.
The ship's logs of... Someone drank from this glass recently. The initials PC have been crudely burned. This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must construct my associations in one picture.
Okay, what else smells? No, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. Damn, that's a fucking mess. No, I messed it up again. Okay.
Yes, this is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very popular among sailors.
Okay.
Rum, a sailor's drink. It seemed that Captain Carey was enjoying a drink before he met his death.
Tab. Anything else before?
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded.
What about here? I don't... One last time before I give up. Okay. Double checking. Alright.
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong.
Can I see this? No.
This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. This wooden handle is plain and solid. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this knife, but he did not succeed. JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
Can I open it?
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
What do the numbers mean too?
Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer. Peter Carey was impaled to the wall by a whaling harpoon. The weapon fully penetrated the body. The force of the blow was immense.
be? What's this? Find a pair of related clues and they will form a deduction. Red color signifies an unachievable clue combination. Okay, no. Can I? Oh, deselect is this? No. Draw a clear picture of the crime by forming your deductions from the combination of clues. Track down an ambush. Oh my god. An ambush must be made by tonight. Oh my god, bitch. Why are you adding more words? An ambush must be made tonight to see if the break-in attempt will be repeated.
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
Okay, organize an ambush. Judith, what's her name? I think the notebook is hers. Okay.
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky.
And why is that?
Because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oof, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why, return tonight, when they will be better prepared.
Aha! So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside, near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
Okay. Off to the side.
Mr. Holmes?
Yeah. Over here. Or more over here. What?
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
Could I have explored more? I'm not sure. Oh shit.
Did you hear that? There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there!
Oh my gosh, this is time sensitive. I don't think it is actually. Oh my god, girl.
Mr. Holmes, come and see what we've caught in our net.
That's awful.
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you I'm innocent.
That's why I snuck in here.
Innocence? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here, waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't.
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't.
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard. Tomorrow, I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't. I'm not. It's a terrible mistake.
Enough. You can explain all of that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary.
If you're
All the same,
genuinely
very
not the guy that
grateful
did
to
it,
you,
why don't
Mr.
you just spit it out?
You are welcome, Inspector. But please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
Well, and he will turn up dead, I'm assuming.
These are the suspect's belongings. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
From R. Dawson
From R. Dawson.
to my friend and partner.
To my friend and partner, 1883. Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds the answer. A handkerchief with the initials J.H.N. A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin.
Just checking for secrets. Search my archives? Where are my archives? Okay. Interrogation room?
Does this notebook belong to you?
yes. But where did you find it? I did not know. I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh no, I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
You're
But
suspected
I
of
will find
murder.
out eventually.
What's worse
Mr.
than being
Nelligan.
suspected of murder if you didn't do it?
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
IQ.
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner. The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
Why does the neck matter?
So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else. Most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish. You cut your hands often while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
Okay.
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Please, let me go. I'm innocent.
You could just talk, but obviously you're not gonna. We need to find out whether an unskilled and untrained man could use a harpoon well enough to kill by fully piercing a body.
I need to stage a reconstruction. I'm sure that Watson would be happy to oblige.
Excuse me. Do I need anything from here? I guess not. Okay, let's go. Well, this is evidence.
Mr. Holmes?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes?
Guess I'm going. Oh no, I should have gone back to Baker Street. The break-in attempts were made in order to recover the notebook that had been lying in a pool of the victim's blood. This proves the guilt of the person who made these attempts. Okay. Dear Mr. Watson.
A spot of whaling, Watson? Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No, but we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible, but if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow
Me
you.
neither.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man? Morphologically, I mean.
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before. On the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite
Isn't that a crime scene still? Or I guess you guys took him away by now. Doggy!
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
Is she looking back because they have like a symbiotic voyeur exhibitionist relationship? I'm not sure.
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
Okay, let's go archives.
That is not the one I need.
No, this was after Napoleon.
That is not the one. That is not. That is. That is. That is.
Okay. Dawson and Nelligan Investment Fund bankrupt, Nelligan missing. The Dawson and Nelligan Investment Fund, a regional banking institution based in Cornwall, has declared bankruptcy as a result of heavy losses in its loan portfolio and has accordingly been assigned for liquidation. It was the 23rd largest bank in Britain, and its bankruptcy was the second largest on record. The liquidation of company is a pure catastrophe for many Cornwall families. Joshua Nelligan, one of the bankers, has since mysteriously disappeared. He was last seen aboard his yacht preparing for departure to Norway. Nelligan is wanted by the police and his creditors.
Here it is. Now I begin to understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
What do I do first? I think I'll do the experiment first.
Take a harpoon with me.
Okay. Go back to Woodmansley. Can I make more deductions right now? I guess not. Is there something I need to see? I'll toggle it off.
That should do it. Now I am ready.
Still can't figure that one out. Oh, look. Ooh, too big. Okay.
These boots don't match the footprints. These footprints appear to be quite large.
Now we go to Whitechapel.
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise. Yet.
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test.
Okay. Oh shit, how do I...
Holmes, you should try to aim better.
Bitch.
And throw as hard as you can.
Hold breath? Bitch, still? Another one? Okay.
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000.
Why did I hear a fly?
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you've happily mangled.
Very well, but please hurry.
Of course.
Oh, I changed into Mr. Watson. Let me see. Let me fix this a bit. Okay, I think we're good now. Is there some... Okay, there's a fly here and I'm gonna leave now. Now we go back to... I guess we'll go back to Scotland Yard. Now let's see here.
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country bankers.
Yes. Joshua Nelligan was my father.
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank failed, it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father was under extraordinary pressure. Dawson had retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you for the story, Mr. Nelligan. At last, we are making some progress. Interesting. Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
Okay, now I examine the ship logs. Can I just go from here? Damn, I'm really gonna have to edit this audio because I keep moving a lot. Okay.
"1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn. Log notes for June. Nothing unusual.
Okay.
Log notes for July. Nothing special. Log notes
Oh.
for August. Log notes for August. These pages. Canadian Pacific Railway. CPR. A torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently.
In the notebook, I'm assuming. Notebook here. CPR, it's right there. Oh. Unicorn. Okay, somewhere on Baker Street.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they're still working at the harbor.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
Now we get to
I
use the
doubt it, Watson.
costumes.
And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Beneath our window?
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just gotta look where the rum and the red lights are.
And in the meantime...
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
Do I go back to Woodman's Lees really quickly? Where's Lestrade? I'll go Woodman's Lees and then I'll go Scotland Yard. Let me check to see if I can make any more deductions. It requires a much greater strength than that of the average man to be able to pierce a man's chest with a harpoon all the way through to the wall. A degree of skill would most likely be necessary. Two men in cooperation might achieve the same result. There is a remote possibility that an unskilled and untrained man could manage to pin Peter to the wall with our harpoon. No. Okay, I'll do feat of strength. Well, I'm not sure. Okay, let's check for Lestrade and then. Oh, there's no one over here. I'll ask you really quickly some more questions. Sorry, miss. What is...
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a very long time.
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There is a small tin box, barely larger than a
that's what's missing.
He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Okay.
Thank you, madam.
Alright. Let's go. Scotland Yard.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes. He refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking. These are the suspect's belongings. Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5. The stains are fresh, and they can be removed with the proper chemicals. A pen, nothing unusual about it. These are the suspect's belongings.
I guess I have to check here.
I wonder if these are connected. Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
Okay, let's see. The break-in attempts were made in order to recover the notebook that had been lying in a pool of the victim's blood. This proves the guilt of the person who made these attempts. Nelligan was looking for his father's papers inside Black Peter's cabin. It explains his presence at the scene of the murder. Okay.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
I clicked on the wrong person. I thought I could just talk to him out here.
Tell me, Mr. Nelligan.
I was trying to find some information about my father.
I assume you had another purpose.
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belonged to my family, but I could not find them there.
That's all for now. Well, I will see you soon, young man. Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say, and you're not even part of the police.
Precisely, and considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you, but you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
Oh my god, they were having an affair.
That's all for now.
Okay, let's go. Hartley is a stranger who was arrested by the police as a suspicious individual seen prowling around at night near Woodmansley. He's a former soldier who left the military with an honorable discharge after having been wounded in the neck by shrapnel. Now he lives a quiet life working as a gardener.
These boots match the footprints exactly.
Okay, your footprints were at the scene of the crime. Perform an analysis how though? I guess I have to go back to Scotland Yard. Unless I could do it at home. Oh no, I don't need to speak to you right now. Where do I check the chemicals? Okay.
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any
Okay,
idea
you're
who the
no help.
murderer is yet?
Okay, I guess I have to go back to my house, Baker Street. No, not Watson's.
A new suspect, but this one refuses to.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
This is colorless, okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? You said 7 have to be used, but you're only showing 6.
No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the
No.
beginning again.
How do I reset? Okay, blue.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent. Done.
Okay.
Now I can proceed further. Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery. I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
I did as you asked and hit them well, but I beg you to reconsider, Jan. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, space. Okay, they don't. This. Okay, these. Okay, now I guess go back to Scotland Yard.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one. But it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley. Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof?
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
Okay, let's go back. Wait, what do you want me to check first before I interrogate? Oh god, her.
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Thank you, madam.
What are the chances she locks me
Let's
inside
see
there?
what could be hidden here.
There you are.
Let us see what is in this box.
Oh, it gave me some hints.
Bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs. Carey were in a relationship. That is interesting.
Liam, my dear, you have been so good to me all the time that I have known you. I cannot describe these feelings, but I suppose that they are sinful and no good can come from them. I fear what might happen. I fear going against God. I thank you for your care, but I cannot leave the man with whom I have been bound by God. It is his divine will, and thus my husband is the cross that I must bear. He makes my life a living hell, but bruises fade, and you must not worry for me. Okay.
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here
Why
they
are you
are.
giving them to her?
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you,
I mean,
madam.
granted.
I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
He was abusive to her, so it's not like Yeah, he's a great loss to humanity. Okay, let's see clues. Oh, they weren't having an affair. Oh well. I'm not sure, to be honest. It wasn't harmless flirting. What do I do? Where's Wiggins? That could be Baker Street, I think.
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see. This is interesting. Let us review. This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This man is a harpooner, and his initials are PC, the same initials that were found on the tobacco pouch. Wiggins, could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump of a room, but he's always at the Sea Witch pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him, I had better dress as a sailor.
Okay. Sweet.
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
Oh, I can just do go here. See which pub. The one that arm wrestles for money, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Hello there. Are you Cairns?